Hello everyone, this is Rajan Ghai, Company Secretary and your accountancy teacher. I hope all of you are doing well and keep yourself safe and stay at home, protect your family. So whatever we discussed in last video, I hope you had gone through with those videos because there would be doubt sessions that would be starting from tomorrow. So in this video, we will be discussing our next chapter in which I'll tell you some of the terms, key terms, you can say that which is very much required to understand accounting. So this is your double entry bookkeeping financial accounting book, and I shared that PDF link in the last videos. You can download from there. So let's start with our today topic. So theory base of accounting, we are going to start. Theory base of accounting means there are some of the terms which is we require to understand while doing accounts, because without understanding these key terms we cannot identify the transactions, we cannot even understand in the context of accounting language, because I told you that accounting is just a language like your English and the Punjabi and different other languages are there, but only accountant and some of the you can say that those persons can understand who just gone through the basics of accountancy. So these are the key terms. So let's start with our first term, business transactions. I know that this some of the things, some of the terms I just make you understood in the last video, but still I just want to point out some of the basic terms right now also. One is your business transactions. First, once we are say accounts, so accounts means handling your data of business transactions. So that how you identify the data, because to record the books of accounts or to record the transactions in the books of account, first you need to understand that transactions means monetary transactions, I told you earlier. So any transaction of goods or services for cash on credit. Now credit is means you mean to say other than cash. So anything which any exchange of goods or services for cash or on credit by business with outsider is called a transactions. Next is entity. This is important term, entity. Entity means in the context of accountancy, basically it is called enterprise. Means once we are talking about any kind of business organizations, so in the language of accounts, we should say that is an entity. Like you can say that ITC, Indian Tobacco Company, Welcome Group, or Reliance Industries, ICICI Bank, your institution also. So those are called entity. So any kind of identifiable business enterprise means business enterprise are called entity in the context of accounts. I hope you understood. Next is transactions. This we know, exchange of goods and services for consideration. Next important thing which we have to understand in accounts, those are called assets. So assets are called your economic resources, because two things are there, your resources are there and application of funds are there. So economic resources of an enterprise which can be expressed in monetary terms means any kind of advantage, any kind of right of business. Let's say in your houses there are number of assets you are having, like you can say your furniture, that furniture, on that furniture your right is there. Nobody can ask you that give it to me, because nobody can challenge those rights. So your right is called assets in the context of accounts. Non-current assets are there, fixed assets, tangible asset, intangible assets, current assets there. Once we basically divide those assets, it has a number of types, but basic types are called non-current and current. Non-current and current, there are another meaning of that. Non-current assets are called fixed assets, because we have different kind of assets. Some are tangible, intangible. Tangible is called those assets which we can touch or see. Those are called tangible assets. And intangible assets are called those assets which we cannot touch or see. Let's say tangible examples, we have land and building. We can touch our building, we can see our building, plant and machinery are there, furnitures are there, office equipments are there. Intangible assets, goodwill. Goodwill is called reputation of a business. Now you cannot touch, you cannot see the reputation of business. If someone is saying that our business reputation is quite high than other business organization, it means that person is saying that we are a brand in the country, we are a brand in the business organizations, different kind of business organizations. So that's why our goodwill is higher than other. So goodwill is called reputation. So you cannot see, you cannot touch that reputation. So that's why it is called intangible assets. Patents are there. Patents are called like different kind of you can say that your logo, trademarks. We are using that word for logo and trademarks. Let's say I'm talking about your Arrow. Arrow is there, US Polo is there. So different kinds of brands are there. So one industry needs to just to continue with those brands, those industries has to get registered themselves. So once you are registering themselves under different kind of act, patent act is there, trademark act is there, copyright act is there. So those are called intangible assets. Those becomes assets because nobody can use without the permission of yours. Till the time you registered your brands, till the time you registered your logos, those things, those brands cannot be used by other parties. Copyright, you can see copyright is there. I can show you that one thing. This is T.S. Garewal. So T.S. Garewal, it means this double entry bookkeeping financial accounting system. The author of this book is T.S. Garewal. So it means this person is having copyright of this author. There is a relationship between publisher and author. So it means nobody can use the same content of this book as it is, because these are registered with T.S. Garewal. So those things are called, I hope you understood, those things are called intangible because you cannot see. So computer software are called your intangible assets. So tangible assets are called which can be touched or seen. So these are also called tangible and intangible are called non-current assets, fixed assets, because those assets which we can use more than 1 year period, those are called fixed assets. Current assets are called those assets which can be easily converted into cash less than 1 year period. So those assets which durations are less than 1 year, duration of those which are less than 1 year, those are called current assets, or you can say that easily we can convert into cash. But fixed assets you cannot easily convert into cash. Let's say I'm talking about land and building. If you want to sell your land and building because you need cash, let's say in any kind of emergencies there you need cash, but how could you sell that land and building in 1 day? Because firstly you have to just ask to your property dealer, or might be if you are not going with property dealers, what you can do that you can directly ask to some of the buyer, you can find some of the buyer, but this won't be possible. So that's why those assets which cannot be easily sell, you can say, or which you are using for more than 1 year, those are called fixed assets. Next we have current assets. Current assets are called those assets which can be easily converted into cash in less than 1 year. Debtors are called those customer to whom you sell goods on credit. Means there are a number of customers like because we know that we can sell on cash, we can sell on cash as well as on credit. If you are selling goods on credit to your customer in the context of accounting language, you can say those are called debtors. Okay, then bills receivable is there, because once we sell goods on credit, there might be something we just ask them that you have to just give us something in return for that. So might be they are giving you cash, might be you are getting your payment and checks in hand, and other thing is their bills receivable. You can have you can get a have you can have a note like this comes under Negotiable Instrument Act. We can just understand the meaning of this bills receivable only. Bills receivable is called just like a note. One buyer who is receiving goods from one seller, that buyer is giving a bills receivable, a note to that seller. It has just become an order to pay that payment in a certain days. Means after 90 days, after 3 months, what you can do, you can give this bills receivable or note to that person, means seller, and after 90 days you would be that person would be able to get amount from your sides in the context of in the return of this bills receivable. So cash in hand, cash at bank, already you can see that these are called almost cash. Stock, why stock is called current assets? Because stock means you can easily sell in the market less than 1 year. Let's say you are doing any kind of business, any kind of furniture business is there, you are having some sort of wood as a stock, because you just producing furnitures, you are just making a different kind of goods which comes under furniture. Okay, what you can do at the time of emergency, you can easily sell your wood in the market, stock. So those are called current assets. Definition of assets, we know assets are future economic benefits, because those things which are your rights, which you can use easily in long term, which are owned or controlled by an organizations. So different kind of specific words are there, you can remember. Economic benefits are there, rights are there, owned or controlled means those things which are you are the owner of those things, owned or controlled, those are called assets. Okay, so this is according to Institute of Certified Public Accountants, CPA USA, certified public accountants. As you know that in your country one body is there, ICAI, Institute of Chartered Accountant of India. So in the same way, Chartered Accountant of US is called certified public accountants. Okay, they just also created the definition of assets. It doesn't mean that you have to read all the definitions, but you should understand the meaning. So assets are called are future economic benefits, the rights which are owned or controlled by an organization. So your rights, your things, it might be your fixed assets, current assets, then liabilities are there. These are certain obligation or dues which firm has to pay. These are called your obligations, because once you are selling goods on credit, might be you are purchasing goods on credit. If you are purchasing goods on credit, it means you have to pay after a duration, might be 15 days, 30 days. So it means those becomes your liability, because those become your obligations, duties. Those becomes your obligation or dues which you has to pay. There are no rights. Those are rights are called other persons. Liability can be same, non-current. Non-current is called long term. Current liability is called short term. Non-current liability is bank loan. If you're taking loan from bank, it means might be in business we are taking called long-term loans, 10 years, 20 years, we have to repay that. So those are called long-term liabilities, because those becomes your obligations, you have to pay those liabilities. Mortgage is called if you are just giving anything as a security or pledge, means you are having security. Let's say you are having a registry of your house, you want a loan on that. So what you will do, you just mortgage or pledge that registry to bank will provide you loan. In Hindi you can say that this is called girvi. Loan from other financial institutions, other long-term liabilities. Short-term liabilities called creditors, bills payable, outstanding expenses. Creditors are called those persons from whom you are purchasing goods on credit. Outstanding expenses are there. There are number of expenses. We know that incomes are there, expenses are there. So I'm going to finish this in this lecture. In next lecture we'll do we start from current liabilities, then we just complete the next stuff which are pending. So I hope you understood till the time. If you have any queries, kindly just mention the on comment section. I'll definitely get back to you. Thank you. Thanks a lot.